Good morning. So, after a fantastic tour through the Baltics and into Sweden, I'm now in the capital of Denmark, the beautiful city of Copenhagen.
And once again, this time I've used Grok, ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot to give me recommendations to help me plan my visit. And the first place they all recommend I park my bike is the Nyhavn harbour. And as you can see, very pretty it is too, with all of these lovely colourful buildings, full of restaurants and places where you can get a ticket to get on a boat and take a tour around town on the canals. So, all in all, a great recommendation. A must-see when you come to Copenhagen. And just a short ride around the corner, past the Admiral Hotel and some lovely gardens with a fountain, we get to destination number 2. The Amalienborg Palace, which is home to the Danish royal family and a museum all about the Danish royal family, which I didn't visit because I'm not really interested in the Danish royal family. So, on to the next stop, which was the Frederiks Church, or the Marble Church, which I did visit, so it looked very interesting from the outside. And it was also very beautiful on the inside. And from there, I rode through some lovely gardens to my next destination. The Kastellet Fortress. Now, personally, I didn't find the Kastellet very interesting at all, but it is surrounded by these raised grass ramparts in a star shape that go all the way around. And even though it's not very high, you get really, really nice views of the city and the park around the Kastellet. And my next stop needs no introduction. On the way to my next stop, I passed this fountain and church, neither of which were recommended by any of the AI systems. Next stop was the King's Garden, which, it's a nice park, but nothing special. Except maybe for the fact that it's also home to the beautiful Rosenborg Castle. And next, the Round Tower. So the tower is next to a church, which is not very interesting at all. But what I did like was to get to almost the top. There's this spiral ramp that goes 7.5 times around the center of the tower, almost to the top. And after a shorter, very narrow staircase, you're treated to great views of the city of Copenhagen. And the next one, recommended by all three systems, Stroy's Shopping Street. Yeah, I should have skipped this one. I hate shopping. All the brands you would expect. And the thing is, it's not even very pretty. It's quite tacky in parts. And the last two stops of the day, with no further comment, the Christiansborg Palace and the City Hall and City Square. The next day started with beautiful weather and terrible recommendations. All three systems recommended this horrible urban park, full of concrete. Next stop, the Tivoli Gardens, which I know is a famous amusement park, and it's probably lovely. But not that much fun if you're a Globetrotting Grandad. So I gave it a miss. And the weather was getting gradually worse as I made my way to the National Museum. So the National Museum was a bit of an eclectic mix of Viking memorabilia, a fairly weird sort of ethnographic exhibition, and a quite weird and wonderful Viking sorceress exhibition, which you can't get the full taste of because we had to see it with headphones. So obviously, as you see the video, all you hear is silence. Next stop, the Opera House. And then on to somewhere I was looking forward to, Freetown Christiania. And Freetown was more or less what I was expecting. Very colourful, very arty, lots of hippies, lots of jewellery, lots of handicrafts. But what I wasn't expecting is that it would be so big. It's huge.
He's called Green George.
Next stop was the Church of Our Saviour, or the Church of the Spiral Tower, which, to be honest, I didn't find anything special. Apart, that is, from the spiral tower and staircase, which you can climb up if you want, for the modest fee of €10. And with the weather brightening up, it was time to go to market. Which was nice, quite upmarket. With the good weather, there were a lot of people sitting outside, so it was a nice atmosphere. But in the end, it was just a market. So Grok and Copilot then decided I should go and see the botanical garden. ChatGPT didn't make that recommendation. And very nice it was too. Even though the glass palm house, which is the main attraction in the park, is closed for renovation until 2027, it was still a lovely place to wander around. Very quiet, very nice. Instead of recommending the botanical gardens like the other two AI systems, ChatGPT thought it would be fun to send me to the Assistens Cemetery. So it's the place where Hans Christian Andersen is buried. It's very green. It was a lovely day. But it's the furthest out of town of all the recommendations. And for me, not at all worth the effort. So that's the end of my stay in Copenhagen. Following the recommendations of these three AI systems about what to visit, and a bit of a mixed bag really. They obviously all do a good job when it comes to the major attractions, but then it's the more off the beaten track attractions where they obviously differ, and their recommendations are not always that good. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.